Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jayo Daito Chandra Jayo Goro Bhakto Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jayo Daito Chandra Jayo Goro Bhakto Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jayo Jayo Sri Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jayo Daito Chandra Jayo Goro Bhakto Vrinda.
Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai
Jai
Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki Jai
Jai
Srila Prabhupada ki Jai
Jai
Amave Gaur Bhakta Vrind ki Jai
Jai.
Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
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 Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to today's Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita reading. We are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, Chapter 1, the later pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in that we are seeing how when Rup Sanatan Goswamis met with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Ramkeli, Mahaprabhu blessed them. So for several verses we've been reading the whole episode. The Rup Goswami, Sanatan Goswami expressing their uh, exhibiting their humility by expressing their fallen condition and seeking the mercy of Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu in turn uh, acknowledging their great humility. And also we saw the famous verse that Mahaprabhu had sent to them in their letters that they had written to Mahaprabhu before, uh, that how a woman does her duties very, very at home. A woman who is attached to another man than her husband does her duties very nicely at home so that the husband may not suspect, but at the same time, she is always in her heart meditating on her lover, right, paramour. So by this, Mahaprabhu had indicated to them that in this way, they should continue their duties in this world so that nobody will suspect. You do your duties very nicely, but in your heart, don't be attached to them. In your heart, your attachment should only be to Lord Krishna and devotional service to Lord Krishna. And also, Mahaprabhu told them that the whole purpose why I came to Ramkeli is simply to meet you. So you have come to see me. This is very good, right? It's like now my mission is accomplished. Now you go back home and don't worry about anything. And then he put his hands on their heads and said, very soon Krishna is going to deliver you. And also Mahaprabhu named them. This is their initiation. From today onwards, you are not Dabir Khas and Zakar Malik. From today onwards, you are Rup Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, like this. And then when Mahaprabhu blessed them, saying that very soon the Lord is going to deliver you, Rup Sanatan Goswamis fell on the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu, took his lotus feet on their head, and then Mahaprabhu requested all the devotees to please shower their mercy on the two brothers. So there Srila Prabhupada has given us purports for two verses saying how without the mercy of a Vaishnava, nobody has ever been delivered from the entanglement of Maya. Without the mercy of Vaishnavas, nobody has ever, nor will one ever be delivered from the entanglement of Maya. But then, what type of Vaishnava are we talking about? So, Srila Prabhupada elaborated on that. Vaishnava means one who is not jealous. Because when Mahaprabhu asked the devotees to bless Rup Sanatan Goswami, they were in great joy seeing the mercy that Rup Sanatan Goswami received. So, this is the nature of a Vaishnava. When see another devotee receiving the mercy of the Lord, when another devotee performs very well in spreading the glory of the Lord, in pleasing the Lord, then that a real Vaishnava who has no envy in his heart, he will rejoice. He will give his wholehearted, best wishes to that devotee, like these devotees did. Who are the devotees that were with Mahaprabhu? That Mahaprabhu was um, asking to bless. Rup Sanatan Goswamis, there was Nityananda Prabhu, there is Gadadhar Pandit, Srivas Thakur, Haridas Thakur, Jagadananda, like this Mukunda, all very Vakreshwar Pandit, exalted devotees. So, in accordance with the instructions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the two brothers, Rup and Sanatan, immediately touched the lotus feet of these Vaishnavas, who all became very happy and congratulated the two brothers for having received the mercy of the Lord. So, both ways we saw how Rup Sanatan Goswami were also very humble in receiving the mercy of the Vaishnavas, and also how the Vaishnavas have no envy or jealousy in their hearts. They want other Vaishnavas to advance more than themselves. They feel very happy when another devotee receives more mercy than they did, right? Somebody does their devotional service better than me. If one is a Vaishnava, he actually feels very happy, like a spiritual master, like a father. A father feels very proud when his son outdoes his father, right? He does better than his father. If the father is a businessman and he has, established a nice business, and if the son expands that business, right, he gets more name, fame than the father. The father feels very proud. He doesn't feel envy towards his son. Why? Because he has that love for his son. That's the point. When you love someone, there's no question of envy. But there is no love in this material world. There is no love. There is only lust, right? Even when we love someone, that love is just as long as that person is fulfilling my desires, is pleasing me, is satisfying me. Any at a single instant, one small thing, right? If that person says or does something which affects my sense enjoyment, my name, fame, glory, immediately I, I become, I don't like that person anymore, right? I don't love that person anymore. So this is not love. This is not love. It's not possible in material condition state. It's not possible to have love. So first, let's just admit that love is only possible on the spiritual platform. And love is not selfish. Like in this material world, it is selfish. I love you, so I will hate others. No, not like that. In the spiritual world, you know, because the center is Krishna, because the center is Krishna, and I love Krishna. Anyone who loves Krishna becomes very dear to me. Becomes very dear to me. So like this, Vaishnavas, they don't feel any envy towards anyone. They don't feel any envy. When they see someone is receiving the mercy of the Lord abundantly, they're not concerned. Oh, what about me? There's no selfishness there. Everyone is concerned about how nicely Krishna's mission is progressing. How nicely, more and more people are joining the family of Vaishnavas because of the efforts of this devotee. Wow, this devotee has been empowered by the Lord. They feel very happy. So, let's continue reading. So the Vaishnavas, Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami went and took blessings according to the instruction of Mahaprabhu, and all the Vaishnavas also congratulated them, blessed them. Text 221. Sabha Pasha Agya Magi Chalana Samaya Prabhu Pade Kohe Kichu Koriya Vinaya. Sabha Pasha Agya Magi Chalana Samaya. Huh? Chalana Samaya. Chalana Samaya means uh, at the time of leaving, right? Chalana Samaya. Prabhu pade kohe kichu koriya vinaya. They had one request to make just before leaving. So they first took permission from everyone because Mahaprabhu said, now you go back to your residence. Yes? And don't worry about anything. Very soon Krishna will deliver you. Mahaprabhu had said that. And after that, so just before leaving, oh, all of you, please, my dear devotees, bless these two brothers. After giving them permission to leave, so then Rup Sanatan Goswami went and took blessings from all the Vaishnavas, took permission from everyone. So now we are leaving. And just before leaving, they had one request, Vinay, right? Submission. Uh, After begging the permission of all the Vaishnavas present, the two brothers at the time of their departure humbly submitted something at the lotus feet of the Lord. What did they say? इहा होइते चल प्रभु इहा नहीं काय यद्यपि तो मारे भक्ति कोरे गौड़ राज इहा होइते चला chala means leave, right? Iha hoite, from this place. Iha hoite chala Prabhu, leave this place. Iha nahi kaya. Nahi kaya means you don't have any business, no business. Iha nahi kaya. Don't stay here because you have no business here. Because Mahaprabhu had come to Ramkeli for what purpose? To meet with Rup Sanatan Goswami. That purpose is finished, fulfilled now. So there's you don't have any other business in this place. Iha hoite chala Prabhu, iha nahi kaya. Yadyapi tomare bhakti kore Gaudaraj. Gaudaraj means the king of Bengal, who is that Nawab Hussain Shah. They said, dear Lord, although the king of Bengal, Nawab Hussain Shah, is very respectful toward you, you have no other business here. Kindly depart from this place. Okay? Yes, Nawab Hussain Shah is favorably disposed toward you. Because Nawab Hussain Shah talked with Rup Goswami in private. I think this mendicant is, they had a conversation. Remember Rup Goswami and Nawab Hussain Shah? Nawab Hussain Shah said, what do you think about this mendicant? Rup Goswami said, you ask your own mind. I think you're very fortunate that the Lord has come to your land. Whatever prosperity you're experiencing is because of his mercy. But why you ask me? You ask your own mind. Then Nawab Hussain Shah said, my mind tells me that he is the Supreme Lord himself. Like that. So after this, they parted. So yes, Nawab Hussain Shah has great respect for you. But still, what business do you have here? Of course, he has great respect, no doubt. But you don't have any other business here. So don't stay here any longer. That was Rup Goswami's submission. And we won't say it instruction. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami doesn't say, right? Not even request. Request. My Lord, although, right, this Yadyapi, although Tomare Bhakti Kore, right, Gaudaraj, this Gaudaraj is, has great respect for you. Tomar Bhakti Kore. Yadyapi, even though, still, Iha nahi kaj. You don't have any business here. So, Iha haite chalo. You leave this place. तथापि यौवन जाति नाकोरी प्रतीति तीर्थ यात्राय एत संघट्ट भालो न है रीति तथापि यौवन jati yavana means the Muslims yavana jati the caste of the Muslims nakori pratiti means you cannot trust he has yadyapi this Gauda Raja tomar bhakti kore even though this Gauda Raja Nawab Hussain Shah is doing bhakti to you or he is very very respectful to you, still you cannot trust the Yavana Jati, right? Somebody who is killing and eating meat, how can you trust cows especially, right? How can you trust? Meaning their mind can change at any moment. Now today they are worshipping you, tomorrow their mind can change, so you cannot trust. तथापि यवन जाति ना कोरी प्रतीति don't trust यवन जाति तीर्थयात्राय एत संघाट भालो नहे रीति now you are out on pilgrimage तीर्थयात्रा So when you go on pilgrimage, it is not the system, it is not the etiquette to go in a big crowd. When you go on pilgrimage, it is not appropriate, it is not the etiquette to go in a big crowd. So you set out to go to Vrindavan, and now wherever you go, there's big crowds following you. When you go on Tirtha Yatra, it is not the etiquette to go in big crowds. Although the king is respectful toward you, he still belongs to the Yavana class and should not be believed. We think that there is no need for such a great crowd to accompany you on your pilgrimage to Vrindavan. There's no need. Because you're attracting the attention, isn't it, of all types of people, even those who are envious. Today they may be very respectful to you, but you never know. Tomorrow, their minds may change and they may try to attack you. So it's not the way. Going on pilgrimage in big crowds is not the etiquette. So what is Rup Sanatan Goswami saying? That leave this place right away and don't travel in big crowds when you're going on pilgrimage. Jara sange chole ei lokalaksha koti Vrindavana yatrarana e nahe paripati. Yes. So Jara sange chale ei lokalaksha koti. Right? Vrindavana yatrara e nahe paripati. Paripati means this is not the method to go to Vrindavan Yatra. So, dear Lord, you are going to Vrindavan with hundreds and thousands of people following you, and this is not a fitting way to go on a pilgrimage. So, if somebody is going to Vrindavan and there is thousands and lakhs, right? Laksha koti, a lakh crores. That means many people. Lakh is 100,000. Crore is 10 billion. Sorry, 10 million. 10 million. Right? Yeah, 10 million. 1 million is 10 lakhs and 10 million is 1 crore. So, Laksha Koti means, basically it's like a big number. Laksha Koti means 1 lakh crores. If one person is going to Vrindavan with a following of billions and millions of people, that's not the system to go to Vrindavan. This is Rupa Goswami's statement. Dear Lord, you are going to Vrindavan with hundreds and thousands of people following you. And this is not a fitting way to go on a pilgrimage. Purport. Sometimes, for business purposes, large crowds of men are taken to different places of pilgrimage and money is collected from them. This is the reason why. Generally, when do you see large people following? Of course, in the case of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were all following because he's the Supreme Lord. But Srila Prabhupada is explaining for business purposes, sometimes. For business purposes, sometimes large crowds of men are taken to different places of pilgrimage to collect money from them. Money is collected from them. That is a very lucrative business. But Rupa and Sanatan Goswami is expressing their opinion in the presence of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, disapproved of such crowded pilgrimages. So now you can understand why Rupa Goswami said that. Why Rupa Goswami is saying this to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Taking this situation as an excuse, they are giving an important instruction here. What is that instruction? That it is not a good business, although it's very lucrative. Why lucrative? You can earn lots of money by doing this. Taking people on pilgrimage, big crowds of people in pilgrimage, collecting money from them, and then you don't spend as much, right? You spend a small portion of what you collect, and then now you put a lot of money in your pocket. This is a very lucrative business, but this is not right. You should not do this. So they're giving an instruction to the general people, taking this situation as an excuse in the presence of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is a very lucrative business. But Rupa and Sanatan Goswami, expressing their opinion in the presence of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, disapproved of such crowded pilgrimages. Actually, when Lord Chaitanya visited Vrindavan, he visited it alone. You remember, Mahaprabhu is actually not going to go to Vrindavan. He set out and with a big crowd and all that, but actually he won't go. Actually, when Lord Chaitanya visited Vrindavan, he visited it alone and accepted a servant only at his devotee's request. He didn't even want a servant, he wanted to go alone. But everyone was concerned, oh, when you go, you know, who will carry your danda? You'll be in ecstasy. Oh, well, by this time, danda was also not there. Nityananda Prabhu had broken his danda. But who will carry your water pot, right? And, you know, maybe your extra set of clothes, right? Something. So, who will, and then when you fall, who will be there? Nobody will know you there. So, we will feel assured if you keep a servant, like that the devotees had sent. And for had sent one servant. Otherwise, Mahaprabhu didn't even want a servant. Actually, when he actually visited Vrindavan, he visited alone. So this, now when he set out to go to Vrindavan and crowds of people are following, he had a different mission. He came to see Rup Sanatan Goswami in Ramkeli. And remember, before that, when he went to Bengal, what was the need to go to Bengal? Right? Why he even went there? So there were other purposes. He delivered Devananda Pandit and others, Gopal Chapal, others who had offended him. He delivered them. But otherwise, when he actually went to Vrindavan, he went alone. But Rup Goswami also, you see, they also go along with Mahaprabhu's plan. So taking this situation, they disapproved, right, of such crowded pilgrimages where people make business of taking people on pilgrimage. He never visited Vrindavan with crowds of people for a commercial purpose. He never visited Vrindavan with crowds of people for a commercial purpose. So now when our ISKCON devotees go on pilgrimage, so it is done, or it should be done, and it is done for the sake of uh, spiritual advancement. It should not be. Why this message is given? Because it can become. Maya is there everywhere, isn't it? Unless we are very, very diligently, unless we are very alert, Maya can cover us. We are surrounded by Maya. So that greed can come in the mind in the name of doing some puja or in the name of taking people on pilgrimage. You are thinking of making profit. Oh, this will be my means of livelihood and I'll make more and more profit. See, even in bhakti also this is creeping in. So that should not be the mood. But what I am saying is sometimes there's large crowds of people going, but uh, the intention is important. For what purpose it is being done. The intention is like, now we have Braj Mandal Parikrama, so many devotees go. Navadvip Mandal Parikrama, so many devotees go. So the devotees are certainly going there for, Srila Prabhupada said every year devotees from all over the world should come to Mayapur, should go to Vrindavan in Kartik and Mayapur in Gaur Purnima. You do Parikrama. Mahaprabhu himself, right? Actually, not Mahaprabhu. Afterwards, this parikrama was started by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So, the mood is important. Why we are doing the mood is important at all times. We should not let the desires for profit, adoration, and distinction creep in, and that will spoil. That will spoil. Next. यद्यपि वस्तुतः प्रभुर किछु नहीं भय तथापि लौकिक लीला लोक चेष्टामय यद्यपि वस्तुतः प्रभुर किछु नहीं भय Actually, in reality, right now, there is no fear with your going with crowds and you're staying in this place. The Nawab Hussain Shah is there. Actually, in reality, there is no fear. Tathapi, laukika lila loka cheshta mein. So, uh, but still, laukika lila. Laukika means within this world, right? You have to follow some etiquette, some rules in this world. Laukika means within this loka. Alaukika means outside this, right? So laukika means material. In this world, there are certain some etiquette that has to be followed, right? Riti rivaj, some things have to be followed. Loka cheshta mein, right? So there is some etiquette following popular behavior. Srila Prabhupada is saying in the translation, although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was Sri Krishna himself, the Supreme Lord, and was therefore not at all fearful. Fearful of whom? Of Nawab Hussain Shah. Of whom? Right? So he is the Supreme Lord. He has no fear of anyone. But still, he acted like a human being to teach neophytes how to act. So who's saying this? This is कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी यद्यपि वस्तुतः प्रभुर किछु नहीं भय तथापि लौकिक लीला लोक चेष्टा में सो ही फॉलोज द एटिकेट सेटिंग एग्जांपल यद यद आचरति श्रेष्ठस तत्तद एवेतरो जना सयत् प्रमाणम कुरुते लोकस्तदनुवर्तते those who are great personalities they act not for themselves they act for the sake of setting example for others so even when Krishna appeared he performed his duties as a kshatriya. He would rise in the morning, he would meditate. Meditate on whom? Who did he have to meditate on? He would do that. And also all other duties, householders' duties, he would do following dharma properly. Why? He didn't need to do any of this, but he did that to set example for others. So similarly, here also Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had no fear of Nawab Hussain Shah or anyone else. When Rup Goswami said, "You leave this place and don't go in crowds," but Mahaprabhu understood, right? So Mahaprabhu, although he didn't have to follow any of these systems, still he followed. Why? He followed the popular customs and whatever. Customs means popular behavior, right? He acted like a human being. Why? To teach neophytes how to act. For example, going in crowds, right? You have to teach them not to go in crowds and not to make a business of going to Vrindavan. On pilgrimage. Don't make a business out of it like that. Eta boli charana vandi gela dui jan prabhura sei grama hoite cholite hoilaman. Eta boli charana vandi. Vandi means offering prayers like vandana. Charana vandi, offering prayers to the lotus feet. Gela dui jan, the two brothers left after after requesting Mahaprabhu to leave the place right away. Uh, Even though Nawab Hussain Shah has a lot of respect, but you have no other business here. And yes, he has respect for you now, but you cannot tell what he will act like tomorrow because after all, he belongs to the Yavan Jati. So we cannot trust. Besides, it's not the proper etiquette to travel to Vrindavan with crowds of people like this. Then Mahaprabhu, uh, what's the word? Uh, uh, oh, anyway, he agreed to whatever Rup Sanatan Goswami said uh, because he's doing, uh, Laukika Leela, right? So, following the etiquette of this world, right? He acted. Why? Simply for the sake of setting example for others. And after this, the two brothers they offered prayers to the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu. Prabhura sei grama hoite cholite hoilaman. Okay. Then, having spoken thus, the two brothers offered prayers to the lotus feet of the Lord and returned to their homes. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then desired to leave that village. Prabhura sei grama hoite cholite hoilaman. Now he decided, right? Now he desired to leave that place now after this. He desired to leave that village. प्राते चली आइला प्रभु कानाईर नाटशाला देखिला सकल तहा कृष्ण चरित्र लीला प्रभु Mahaprabhu is still in Bengal. He came to Kanai Natashala, Natashala, Kanaira Natashala. This is in East Bengal, now today's Bangladesh. So Mahaprabhu came up to Kanaira Natashala. Prate choli aila Prabhu Kanaira Natashala. Dekhila Sakala Taha Krishna Charitra Leela. In the morning, the Lord left and went to a place known as Kanai Natashala. While there, he saw many pastimes of Lord Krishna. He saw pastimes of Lord Krishna. He got like personal interaction with Lord Krishna. Purport. In those days in Bengal, there were many places known as Kanai Natashala. Acha, pictures. Okay. In those days in Bengal, even today in temples you will see, there are many places known as Kanai Natashala, where pictures of the pastimes of Lord Krishna were kept. People used to go there to see them. This is called Krishna Charitra Leela. In Bengal, there are still many places called Hari Sabha, which indicates a place where local people gather to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and discuss the pastimes of Lord Krishna. The word Kanai means Lord Krishna, and Natashala indicates a place where pastimes are demonstrated. So those places which at the present moment are called Hari Sabha may previously have been known as Kanai Natashala. Okay? Hari Sabha means where people come together and do Hari Katha, right? They discuss Krishna Katha. So this is there in Bengal and also in other parts of India, right? Every evening, people after they take their dinner, they take dinner early before sunset, right? After sunset, there's no activities. In villages, you will see. So they would take their dinner, and after dinner, they will go to the temple. Every few, uh, like each, what do you say, colony, right? Will have a temple of Lord Vishnu or Lord Ramchandra, like that. So in the evening, everyone of that particular colony, after they finish their evening duties, their dinner, they'll go and sit in the temple courtyard, and there one person will be narrating Hari Katha, like maybe Ramayana, Mahabharat, Bhagavatam, like that. And after listening to that, then they go home and then they just sleep. This is the system. So Hari Sabha. Hari Sabha means they would gather to come and either sing, they would have like bhajans, sit down and have bhajans, kirtans, sing Hare Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada is saying earlier it must have been called Kanaira Natashala. So Kanaira Natashala is not just one place, Srila Prabhupada is saying. There are many places in Bengal, they are called Kanaira Natashala, where there are pastimes of Krishna are depicted in picture forms or in dioramas like that. So you will see that in our ISKCON center also, temple in Sri Mayapur Chandrodaya Mandir, you have Lord Chaitanya's pastimes in diorama form, and the visitors can actually go and take darshan. Okay, so I think we can stop here. I'll continue tomorrow. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you for your attention. Continue.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Mataji.